All right. First of all, I want to say hello to all of my everyday warriors out. I want to say hello to all of my day ones. This is POM-J every day. Yes, I'm going live streaming right now. And the topic is how working for Amazon almost got me killed. Literally, working for Amazon almost got me killed. And I'm going to tell you the story. All right. But I decided to do this video because right now there's a lot going on, obviously, in the world. But when it comes to work and finding jobs and careers, it's just difficult for everybody. But there are other jobs and careers and things out there, but they're just exploiting and taking advantage of the everyday people, and it's not okay. And I want to talk about it. So we're going to start with Amazon and their rollback on currently the DEI situation, and we're going to read about what they're doing because it's not okay, and we're going to get into it. All right, but this is about how Amazon working for Amazon almost got me killed. So let's go ahead. We're going to jump right into it. All right, Amazon right now dials back its DEI programs ahead of Trump inauguration. Now, some may be wondering, what is the DEI? What does that mean, right? Diversity, D, E, equity, and the I, inclusion. Programs before Trump takes office. So diversity, equity, and inclusion program is being dialed back by Amazon and a lot of other big major corporations. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Walmart is one of them. However, I personally used to work for Amazon as a driving training manager, and I have a very interesting story. I have many, but this particular one, it was a near death experience, and I've never told anybody about it. I never talked about it. The only people that I knew at the time that it happened were the people who are the DSP, delivery um, specialist program, who are basically partners that work with Amazon in helping carry out all of their delivery duties. All right, so these are like subcontractors of Amazon who are basically put on a job to make sure all these consumers and all these customers are getting packages no matter where you are in the world. And I basically was a trainer for one of the DSPs, or actually several DSPs, as a driving training manager. I have a background in driving, been driving over easily over 30, 20 something years, um, and also have a background as a professional driver, not only uh, driving people around, but also teaching people how to drive. All right. And most of you all may not know, my father actually owns a driving school. So driving is part of my lineage, part of my blood line now, because my father been doing it for a very long time, over 20 years. But I'm specifically want to highlight this story because I really thought Amazon was about trying to do something positive for the people. And this all happened during a time when 2020 COVID and the height of all the racial tension was happening. So a lot of things was going on, but they decided, oh, we're gonna, help people like me, people that look like me, and people who aren't fortunate enough to have wealth and have all the generational wealth flowing like everybody else. We're going to give them an opportunity to move up, to get chances, to get this and get that. And now, since Trump is about to get in office, they're going to take all that back. They're going to roll it back. All right. So I'm just going to read a little bit before I get into the story. All right. So Amazon.com is winding down diversity program ahead of Republican Donald Trump's return to the U.S. presidency amid growing conservative oppositions to such initiatives. Some of the biggest businesses in the US have been scaling back their diversity initiatives years after pushing for more inclusive policies in the wake of the protests that followed the police killings of George Floyd and other Black Americans in 2020. And if we all remember, that was a hot time. It was hot all over the world, but specifically hot right here in the U.S. because of all the things we were enduring and that we were, dealing with. All right. Amazon in December memo to employees on Friday said it was winding down outdated programs and materials related to representation and inclusion, aiming to complete the process by the end of 2024. Here we are. 2024 have gone. We are in 2025, so they are absolutely has canceled everything, and all those any black folks or people of color, if you will, specifically black folks who had position that put them in a better situation and to help their families and make their life better. Now it's been restricted and being taken away. All right. Conservative groups have denounced the program and threatened to sue companies over them. In voting by the U.S. Supreme Court ruling in 2023 that struck down the affirmative action in university admissions decisions. So if anybody remember, and it was a certain time that you know affirmative action was helping a lot of folks, and people thought it was only helping black folks, but in turn, it was actually helping more white folks and others because in spaces, uh, they didn't have opportunities because of lack of whatever, and, and they were allowed into spaces that they didn't have, and it also benefited certain blacks, but not all black folks was really taking advantage of that and were benefiting from that. But it's still it still is benefiting a lot of other people. But anyway, that was shut down. So I think if I'm not mistaken, a lot of folks um, were complaining, specifically the Asian population was complaining that they weren't getting equal access and people shouldn't uh, be given a proper opportunity to get into universities and getting this because if they've gone through life and life was difficult. And they found out the hard way because they themselves, a large majority of the Asian population got also a real awakening when they themselves struck down affirmative action, which now was going against them because it made no sense. Um, just this week, Elon Musk and other Trump allies blamed diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) programs for hindering the response to raging wildfires in Los Angeles. Really, without evidence. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, gave Trump inaugural committee $1 million. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna just leave it there. I say all that because I say all that because when it comes to a business such as Amazon that's big and prosperous and making all these billions of dollars, I was just looking up all the richest corporations and I saw that Bezos is up there with the 200 million. 200 million, that's a lot of money. And he's not even scratching the surface of what Elon Musk has, which I done my research. Elon is over 430 billion. That's with a B, right? That's with a B. $436 billion. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, y'all. Okay. Practically, it sounds like they just bought the whole government, if you will. But and they can do that. They got money. But Bezos, he's at 200 and 211 billion, if I'm not mistaken. I've been a customer of Amazon before I became a driver. I was always a dedicated Amazon customer because I love convenient stuff. I love to go on their site, find stuff, and be able to order it and have it sent to me ASAP without wasting time, right? That's what I love to do. And I was doing that for a very long time. And I'm not the only one. There are millions of people in the world that are actually using that service. That's why my boy is making over 200 and some $1 billion, Jeff Bezos. But at the same time, people don't know what goes behind the scenes of what's happening to those drivers. And I'm going to tell you my story. I'm going to go into my story of how it was being a driver, how it was being a training manager, and tell you about my experience. I literally almost getting killed because I was an Amazon driver. All right. So you got to remember, Amazon makes you pay a certain amount every month. They got every month membership or they got a yearly membership. I was a dedicated person. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a what they started raising. At one point, it was like 100 or six. I don't remember. It kept steadily increasing the membership. If anybody ever had Amazon or does have Amazon a membership, if you were there the day one when it started, it was very low compared to what it is now. What it is now is not even close to what it was back then. Now it's like I remember my last payment that I paid, and I was like, I'm done just because I was done because it was just too much money. It's $150. Yes, $150. I think, if I'm not mistaken, correctly, is what a member, if you want to do it for the whole year, right? Just the whole year, um, getting the free Amazon delivery, getting access to their platform with their movies, getting all these little perks, right? Right, music and all this kind of stuff. I'm not sure. Maybe I never really visited the perk and benefit section, so I really don't know all that. But all I know, all I was doing it for, to be frank, was number one, when I wanted to order something, I wanted to get it and get it without complaining. I mean, without delay. And that's what I will say that they were my number one reason, my number one source of going to when I needed a product. They were quick, fast, convenient, and they get it done. Little did I know, because remember, I'm a member. I'm a member. So I never worked for them. This is prior to me working for Amazon. I never knew what went into the whole situation. Then I happened to, wanted to get a little extra money on the side, a little side hustle, make a little change, and said, you know what? I already. That's I don't know if you can hear the loud noise in the back, but that's my son. I am a stay-at-home dad, and that's the reality. Wherever I try to do my recordings or whatever, sometimes it's difficult, but hey, it is what it is. Um, Jaja, can you turn that down for me, buddy? Turn it down just a little bit, okay? Thank you. Yeah, so turn it down just a little bit more, buddy. Just a little bit more. All right, thank you. Thank you, buddy. Just for daddy. All right. So see, this kind of stuff make you lose your train of thought. But anyway, um, yeah, basically, I was talking about. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Daddy, but my time is up to take a break for the video game. Okay, all right. Well, I'm doing a video. If you can play, just keep it down or turn the volume down. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, buddy. So yeah, this is the life of a stay-at-home dad. And that's the reality. It's all good. I'm not gonna get mad. That's part of life, right? You gotta know how to work with it. You have to know how to work with it and deal with it. But the thing is, this this particular video is about how working for Amazon almost got me killed. And I'm trying to not lose my brain and my train of thought because that's what happens when you're dealing with children. This is the reality, people. If you have children and you trying to get stuff done, it's hard to get it done because you're trying to get it done, but you can't do it, but you have to do it because you don't want to, alienate them, and you know how it is. But you just got to make it work. But anyway, let's continue. I'm trying to jog my memory. So we were talking about how the membership working, I mean, how paying for these membership every month and paying over 100, I mean, for every year paying over $150, so that's what I paid. I was a dedicated member. I wanted access to whenever I ordered something, I get it immediately. I didn't have to waste no time. It just came just like that, right? Now I got an opportunity to go and work for the company, and this is in the midst of 2020. A lot of people were not working or didn't want to work because of what was happening at the time was terrible. Things was going crazy, and a lot of people were scared that they were going to lose their lives, and a lot of people did lose their lives. So those who were out there trying to work and get that extra little cash, they had to risk their lives. So I did. I risked my life, and I went out there to work for Amazon, and I started off just as a regular driver, right? Just trying to figure out the game, how to deliver the packages accurately, how to just do everything you're supposed to do to be a successful Amazon driver. I found out so much. I learned so much. One thing I learned was there. I don't think there was any discrimination when it came to workers. I've seen people in their 60s. I've seen people in their young as however what 18, whatever the age you need to be to drive. But I've seen a lot of young folks, a lot of older folks. I've seen all genders. I mean, I've seen everybody. That's the one thing I will say. When I was working, I saw that a lot, a lot. I saw everybody. It was a lot of everybody. The oldest to the old, the youngest to the young, women, men, short, skinny, what have you, big. It didn't matter. Everybody worked for Amazon. And these warehouses, oh my goodness. If you've never been into an Amazon warehouse, at least for the ones I work for, you can fit big jumbo jet planes in those warehouse houses. They're so huge. They're so gigantic. I mean, big. If you never been into any of those facilities, it's a sight to behold. No lie. It's unfreaking believable. It's unbelievable how huge those Amazon's warehouses are. And I work for a few different DSPs. I had the picking because, like I said, I didn't come in as some regular driver. I was a person with a very um, I had a lot of experience. All right. I had over 20 years of driving and really great experience. So I come in as a manager, driving training manager. So my job after I show them, no, I can deliver, I can do it accurately, I can do everything right. After I show them that, then they saw how great my they call it the driving FICA, which it tests your brakes, your how you brake. It tests your acceleration. It tests all these different components of driving. And if you do a great job in maintaining your FICA score as a driver, you're then given privileges or given more opportunity to given more duties. So I was eventually given the privilege to drive one of the Amazons, what you call that thing, the with the BMW, not the BMW, the Mercedes Benz trucks. So only those who are real well trusted, who know how to drive well and deliver and do their job well, are privy to drive those trucks. It can't just be anybody. All right, your driving record and everything got to be impeccable, and that's what it was. So I got an opportunity to do that. I did extremely well. Um, Made sure none of their cars were in accidents and took care of the car really well. Deliver packages well, and it got to a point when I was working. One thing I would say that I appreciate about Amazon when I did work there, you did get paid weekly. I will say that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I knew what Amazon was. I knew it was a slave factory. That's what it is. I'm gonna be real with you. It's a slave factory. If you want that money, you don't have to work for it. But it's a factory. It's just a different type of factory, right? And if you're going into it, you gotta be willing to know that reality, going into it, dealing with it, and then moving on. But it's a slave factory. It's just what it is. Okay, driving, packaging, and managing all these different. It's just a factory. They work the hell out of you. When I mean a slave factory, I'm talking about they work you so hard that you can't complain, and if you do, it's on your own because so many people can take that job. So many people want that job, right? So I worked my way up and eventually was able to get access to a certain um, truck, right? It was a truck. It's the huge Amazon, big old Amazon trucks, right? And I was able to, because I was doing really well. I'm really awesome at my job. So not only now I had access to the Mercedes Benz truck, now I also had access to the step van. The step van wasn't an easy truck to get into. You had to be credentialed, like you had to have certificates. You have to go take classes. You have to pass those classes, and before they give you access to those big step vans, they call them step vans. And in those step vans, gigantic. Let me tell you, I remember some of my stops were over 200 stops. I had to basically empty the whole truck by a certain time. And on top of that, I had to train drivers on how to handle their vehicles and how to deliver their packages. And I had to do this all in another car. I had my own packages. They had their car. They had their packages, and I had to train them from driving behind them. So they were driving front, I was driving the back. I wasn't getting paid extra. That was my other issue. Now I'm a driver, trainer, manager. I'm doing all this and not getting paid the money I'm supposed to get paid. I'm getting paid, and they thought giving me what was it? I think at the time was like what 20 something, $20. It was thinking that's the biggest. Oh, you getting that money? That's good money. I'm like, I don't know about that. Not the roles that you guys are having me do. I should be making at least uh six figure doing this kind of job, managing, training. I mean, the average person don't even get paid that kind of money, which is sad because the kind of work that Amazon make you do. If you are out there and you haven't worked for Amazon, um, who is over here texting me? And I'm on the live right now. I'll talk later. So I know all my people. I know you probably heard that. It keep. But anyway, because little things throw you off when you're trying to stay focused. But yeah, I'm gonna turn my phone out, turn my phone down, so it won't interrupt me again. So Amazon will pay you weekly, which that's what I look forward to. Because every time I went out there and deliver those packages and went hard, I got my money. I got paid. I never will complain about it. They will pay you, but they will work you to death, literally. And this is where how working for Amazon almost got me killed. How I'm going to get into the story. All right. They don't care about the labor, right? They care about the profit, the bottom line. That's what Amazon care about. So I'm gonna get into my story. I don't know the specific area, but I'm trying to look up the map and it's hard to find because the area I specifically delivered to, it was in Ohio. At this time I lived in Ohio and I went to this small little community. And in this community, I will never forget, it was a community that had a lot of caricatures of uh of black folks. Like that. I mean, I thought I was in the 1930s. Let's just say like that. Let's just break it down. I literally thought I was in the 1930s because when I would walk up to people's homes, I would see little Bojingo type of caricatures sitting there. And I'm like, am I tripping or is this what I see? And I did. I took some pictures of them. When I edit this video, eventually I'll put it out there. This is a live, so I can't edit. I can't do nothing. But once I do redo the video to for the my other audiences, I will put those photos in there because you will see like, whoa, I saw Confederate flags. I mean, it was normal because the thing is, Amazon sent you to remote parts all, all over Ohio. All right, and they have different regions. They have different miles radiuses that it would send all their drivers to. I mean, they had this thing down packed. The one thing I would give Amazon when it comes to the the um the strategic planning and the logistics, that's the word I'm looking for. The logistics of how they run their business is superior. I'm not going to sit there and lie about it. It's unbelievable the way they line up all these trucks. I mean, they got different shifts and different times, and you got so many different DSPs from all different parts of the world. I mean, it's crazy. Whoever does that, I have to give props to them. That's some serious logistical work. They know how to do it. But anyway, getting back to the story, I ended up going to this sending to some location, um, and the sun was going down. And this town reminded me of a sundown town. Like if you don't know nothing about sundown towns, there was an era in America, and even still today, if you ask me, where there's certain places as a black person, African person, folks who are not with well means or whatever you want to call it, however they classify people who are not the elites. You can't be there. You cannot be there, even though they say it's illegal in America and all that, and then all that that it's a bunch of talk. But those people who live in those communities, who live in those places, they don't want you there. Okay, and I had that experience. I experienced it firsthand. They don't want you there, and it will make it clear. So I'll give you exactly what happened. I basically come to this specific area, like I said, small little town. I'm trying to remember where it was, but it's somewhere over there in Ohio, south of like Groveport and Pinkerton and those areas. For all my Ohioans out there, shout out to the Buckeyes. Mad love, respect for handling your business yesterday with Texas. Shout out to you guys. Go Bucks, go Buckeyes. Yeah. OHIO. I just had to throw that in there. But anyway, yeah, so that particular town I was in, um, you could tell it was a page cutout of 1930s or the 1800s kind of vibe. So it was a sundown town. And like I said, sundown towns are places you can go to if you are not, number one, if you don't look like the people who live there. And unfortunately, it was it was not diverse at all. It was not diverse. It was only one kind of people, and we already know who I'm talking about. People like me that look like me are not welcomed. Hello, don't go there. But how am I supposed to know? I'm working. I'm an Amazon driver. I work. This is my job. This is what I got to do. You got people in all kinds of remote parts of the state. I got to deliver packages. That was my job. There was no guidelines. You just go and deliver. You have an Amazon attire on. I have my Amazon well, I call it jersey, but my Amazon uniform, and I had a big Amazon truck, the step van. Like I told you, these step vans are huge. I'm sure some of you all seen it in your neighborhoods. Huge, big trucks parked outside. I go to take this one package to one of the people I had to drop the package off, the customer, deliver the package. Then I go back to the car. I had to go grab my little gate, my little door was open. It's open. I go in there. I try to grab another package because I see another place that I got to go deliver it to. And then out of nowhere, out of nowhere, this dude appeared. This white boy appeared out of nowhere, wearing a hoodie, hands in his pocket, in his hoodie. And then he tells me, he said, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And I'm thinking this guy playing a game or something. I'm like, like, can't you see, man? I work for Amazon. I'm delivering packages. Like, duh. He said, I don't care what you do. I don't care who you working for. You can't be here. You are not allowed to be here. I was like, what are you talking about, man? I said, first of all, I'm doing my job. Let me get back to my job and do my job so I can get up out of here. Okay. I don't have time for this. No, you know what? You guys come here. You guys you think you can just come in here because you got an Amazon truck and come in my neighborhood. You're not welcome here. I was like, listen, man. And you guys, everybody, people, all was popping in my back of my brain because that at that time, like I said, that was a racial tension at that time. It was in the 2020s. It was the racial tension was high, it was crazy. And even if racial tension wasn't high and crazy, in everyday America, that's what a black man experiences. Period. That's the reality. We're unfortunate. We experience that all the time. We are not safe anywhere. We are seen as threats, and anybody see us, they ready to unload on us. All right. And mind you, Ohio is a carry open concealed, if I'm not mistaken. If you know if Ohio is a carry a concealed weapon state, please put that in a comment. Let us know. All right, because I have a feeling, and I was strong with my feeling. My guy had his gun in his pocket and was ready to take me out. But let me continue. So he started going on and going on like you don't belong here, you don't deserve to be here. This is our neighborhood. Get out of our neighborhood. And I was just thinking about Trayvon Martin. No lie, I was thinking about Trayvon while I was in that moment dealing with that situation. All was in the back of my mind was Trayvon. This is what my man was probably going through, going in his own neighborhood. And the thing was, he lived in his neighborhood, going home, and this idiot, this racist idiot, jumps behind him and gets beat down because he harassing somebody. Because that's what I ain't gonna lie to you. That's what I wanted to do to that guy. I wanted to beat him down because number one, he was invading my space. He got real close to me, and another thing, he kept trying to like talk to me like he owned me. And this, mind you, this dude would see me without whatever he had in his pockets or whatever. He wouldn't in his mouth to say anything to me. So I know he had something, and I know he had a gun. So he's ready to shoot me, right? But guess what? What I did, I walked up to I walked backwards. So I walked backwards to another neighbor's house as this guy was talking to me, getting aggressive and try to come at me. I walked to the neighbor's house and I told the neighbor, I said, "Hey, listen," I told I just delivered his package, and it happened to be another white guy. And this white guy, the thing is, not everybody in that neighborhood who were white were evil and terrible human beings. It just happened to be this one idiot who just think he can impose his will on me because number one, I'm a black guy, African guy. He's a white boy in his neighborhood, and he think he owns the neighborhood, or what they call neighborhood watch, whatever they think they are doing their job. Like, no, you need to go sit down. And what also threw me off about that dummy was I asked him, I said, "Do you know what time it is right now?" My man, he literally told me, I will never forget it. He told me, he literally said, like, it's 2 a.m. What he told me, and this is because the sun was coming down. And it was probably about at that time, because, the sun come down early, about 6, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, around that time, right? Because the sun came down early. And when he told me it was like 3 o'clock or whatever ridiculous time in the morning, I was like, I already knew my man was on something. He was off his Richter. Something was going on, and he was trying to utilize this time, this opportunity to get him a victim. That's what I deep down felt. He was trying to use that opportunity to put me on his roster of xing me out and take me out of here. And I was like, nah, this ain't about to go down. But I wanted to tear him up. But I also knew that the way I was thinking, if I wanted to go and tear him up, that would be easy for him to shoot me. It will be an easy vindication. Oh yeah, he was attacking me. Look how he looked. Look how he look how he looked. He was trying to attack me. So I had the right to shoot him. And that's all he was waiting for. So I didn't. So what I did was I went to the neighbor that I was delivering to. I delivered the neighbor package. After I delivered the neighbor package, I told him, I said, listen, man, um, I don't like what's happening here right now, and I want you to just be on the lookout for this guy. This guy, he's over here. He's accusing me of stealing stuff in his neighborhood, and he's accusing me that I'm not welcome at leave his neighborhood. And I need you to look and watch until I leave. All right. I know most people think, why'd you call the police? Like, first of all, if you're a black man in America and you try to call the police, we all know how that goes. Innocent or guilty, we all know how that goes. You end up being the person when you call the police. You end up being the person they take the even though somebody's trying to kill you, somebody's trying to rob you, somebody's trying to do something devastational to you, and they take you in. That's just how it is. It's just the reality, right? So at least in these days. So I didn't call the police. No, I didn't. I could have used my phone at the time to record this guy and everything, but that's not how my brain works when I'm being attacked. When I'm being accosted by somebody, I'm a fight kind of guy, but I'm not a flight kind of guy. I'm more of a fight kind of guy. So I had to like put myself in a flight kind of guy kind of mode so I can get up out of there and save my life because I got children. That's what I really was trying to stay alive for. I was trying to stay alive for my children. So my goal was to get up out of there without risking my life and come home holy and not worry about any problems. So I told the guy, I said, listen, watch this guy. I'm going to try to get up out of here. And if he tried to do anything, you do what you think you need to do, but I'm getting out of here. And he's had his hand, the guy had his hand in his jacket, and he was just waiting to, you know, do whatever. So I just ignored him. Closed my door, got in my car. I stopped delivering because I feel like I was going to do something to this guy and it was going to give him the reason to shoot me. So I decided, let me just, I'm going to stop. If they want to fire me from this, let them fire me. It's done. I'm walking away. Already, I'm going to complain because my life is in danger and I feel like my life is in danger. And I don't like what just happened here because these working conditions are not favorable for me to be coming out here risking my life for delivering some packages to people just because they need their packages. My life is more important than a package. And I used to tell all my other trainees that when I was the manager, training them and teaching them how to drive. Don't let this package be more important than your life. Your life is way more important than these packages. If you find yourself in any kind of situation where you feel threatened, get up out of there. Get the heck up out of there and do not turn back around. So I did. I got up out of there. Fortunately, I'm still here, obviously, 2025. But once I left the neighborhood, I pulled over to somewhere was safe. I got on the phone. I called my DSP. I said, "Hey, listen, the route that I just had. Listen, you guys will never put me on that route again. I don't mind working, but I'm not going to be working under these conditions in places that I'm not welcome, and it's not that serious." And it's, oh, don't worry about it. Come to the station and we'll talk about it. I'm not to talk about. I'm talking to you right now. I'm talking to you right now. I am not you. If you send me back there, you guys are gonna have to find somebody else to take care of this. these packages be delivered in. I will not deliver it to any neighborhood that I'm not welcome in. And I made that clear. And they would send me to neighborhoods where all you see is Confederate flags everywhere, everywhere. And I'm like, what is going on? So I was like, you're putting my life in danger, knowing the way I look, knowing. And sometimes they will send you in neighborhoods with white vans. Yeah, with white, like the white van don't have no. It'll be like a what is it? Budget or enterprise. One of those vans with no Amazon facing on it. They will send you to these places, and you as a black man have to try to figure out like, are you serious right now? You send me areas that this car don't even show that I'm an Amazon worker. Yeah, I have an Amazon clothes on or a uniform, but anybody who really ain't messing with me like that gonna come and attack me if they want to. Because look, besides anybody can wear this Amazon uniform. Anybody can wear them, right? Anybody can steal it or borrow it and wear it and pretend to be an Amazon driver. The van is what distinguishes you from the rest of everybody else, right? Not everybody can just jump in an Amazon van and just drive around pretend to be Amazon drivers. You have to be credited. You have to be licensed to do that. But the uniform, anybody can wear it. So that's the other thing I didn't like about Amazon. I know this is the DSP fault or the DSP, that's their responsibility, but I think they should have a certain amount of vans already reserved for every business that the DSP that going to get in there and make sure they use those vans that are faced. Because when you enter to some of these racist area that don't care about nobody but the people living in communities, and you try to deliver a package and you don't have an Amazon facing truck, you're in some serious danger. You're in some serious trouble, and you best find your way out of there and find your way out of there quick. Don't let the wrong ignorant fool be the person trick itching to take you out because it will. So I told my DSP, listen, I'm done. I'm not delivering any more packages to any of the locations that I'm not welcome at. And they told me, well, we can't really, change your route, but if you want to, find another route, we'll work with you. I said, well, this will be my last day there. This will be my last day. Oh, no, 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 no. We'll work with you. Just please, just be patient. I said my life is not something I'm gonna be patient with when people are trying to hurt or harm me. When I'm delivering a package, I'm helping them. I'm bringing packages to their residence. Well, we're just gonna make sure that that person doesn't get no delivery anymore. We're gonna complain, and we're gonna make sure that person don't get no more delivery. I said those people don't care about getting no damn delivery. They're trying to hurt people. They're trying to find reason to hurt people. Amazon does not put anything in place that is safe for their drivers. I know this because not only was I a regular driver, I was also a manager. And I saw that. And you have to be a strong person to survive that business. You have to be very strong minded because the kind of abuse that you take physically was no joke. I'm going to share with you some of the abuse. For example, you'll be in that car for hours, literally hours. I'm talking about someday I'll be in that car for like 8, 9, 10 hours, and you don't get no break. Okay. And if you try to take a break, even if you feel like I need a break, because I've been listen, 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 listen. They'll count that against you, and they're gonna punish you for that. If you take a break. So you know what a lot of drivers end up doing, and I was one of them drivers. I'm not gonna shy away from that. Excuse me. I was one of those drivers. Yes, we have to pee in our cups, and I know a lot of people know about this, and especially those who drove with Amazon, and they can attest to this. I know everyone, even the ladies. Yes, I'm not playing. This is inside information. It's probably not new to some people, but I'm sure it's new to a majority of the people who don't know nothing about Amazon. We had to pee in our cups, and I am not no stranger from that. I had to do it too. You have to be strategic. But you have to be in that van delivering, delivering, delivering because you were on a quota. Like I said, they wanted me to deliver over 200 and something packages a day. I'm a manager, I'm a trainer. I should only be getting like 40 or 50 so I could do my job. You making me work two, three, two, 200 pounds. They want to make me do 300 one time. I was like, y'all crazy. Y'all out your mind. I literally, that's the day I ended up stopping. I was like, no, I can't do this no more. Y'all crazy. I need that money. They pay weekly. That money was good when they paid. But again, for all the work I was doing, I was still wasn't making the kind of money I was supposed to make. Number one, I took Amazon, the DSPs that I drove for, specifically the ones that I worked for and helped their drivers. Number one, the accident rate went down. Their driving acceleration went down. Their immediate abrupt braking went down. A lot of things that I did for their company, a lot of the drivers started getting over 700s, like literally. And they were not happy that I had to leave, but I had to leave because I had to. I left my own terms. I looked at it like this: the job I'm doing is more than like two or three people, and I'm only getting paid one salary. And the salary I'm getting paid, I'm not even satisfied with that. So what are you guys doing about it? Oh well, we just no. You either do something right now or I'm leaving. So I left. Not to mention, I was thinking my situation with me almost getting killed as a driver, delivering to a racist neighborhood, would get escalated. Nope, it didn't get escalated. It's like it never happened. It's like it never happened. That's why I feel like I had to come on today because I almost forgot that story too. But then when I read that article, like I'm telling you, when I read that article about Amazon, basically dialing back on DEI programs, I was stunned. Like, are you serious right now? Are you guys trying to act like y'all don't know that there's serious disproportionately we are disadvantaged when it comes to opportunities and chances and and just the upper mobility like a track for us to get to the next level. Obviously they're telling us they don't care. Walmart's, they don't care. All the other big companies who are hiring majority of us, who are taking advantage and exploiting the majority of us, do not care. It was just what they did at that time was just to for face, just to act, look like they're doing something to help so-called minorities, um, because we're actually more than the minority. We're majority. We're a lot more than what they say we are. There's other folks who are really minorities, but we're not the minority. There's a lot of us here, but we get treated like a minority, like we don't matter, even though we running and doing a lot of great things for all these businesses, but we're not getting our just pay and our just dues and our respect and we're not showing grace. And it's those days are over. We are living in this new age with technology. So folks who are out there who are trying to start a new career, start a new life, you don't have to take that 9 to 5 that you got that's just beating you down, that's just devaluing you, that's just taking advantage of you, that's exploiting you. This new age that we're in right now, guess what? You don't have to. You don't have to do that no more. There's too many opportunities, too many ways to make a buck, to make money. Yes, it's going to take time. Yes, it's not easy. Find a company, find a business, find an organization that actually aligns with your value, that actually speaks to your core of who you are, and work with them until you get to where you want to be. And even that, only give what you got to give because at the end of the day, they still will fire you and hire another person when they're ready. As long as you don't meet their criteria at one point or another, they will let you go. And guess what? You have to figure it out. So always have something in your back pocket, one or two opportunities. Do not, I repeat, do not count on just these major big corporations that are paying you to be the only thing you have to move forward with your life. Have many other opportunities, have many different types of streams of income because the way life is going, the way things are happening right now, the bottom line is what everybody cares for, especially big corporations. They do not care about the everyday people. I hope you all are hearing me out here, especially for those of you who are actually working at these places. I hope I'm not speaking to deaf ears. I hope people who are watching and paying attention are really paying attention. This is serious. The fact that these corporations are dialing back DEI, that's not good. It's not good at all. I want to make that clear for anyone who think that dialing back DEI is a good thing or it's going to put you in a better position, and you already wasn't in a better position before this. It's going to get worse. So if you are working for places like Amazon, Walmart or what have you. If that's your cup of tea, that's what you like. It's all that's on you. That's no problem. But if you are convicted that you know corporations need to be held accountable for their mistreatment and for their abuse and exploitation of the everyday people, this is your opportunity to stop supporting them. On top of that, now they gave DI opportunity to do something, and now they're taking it back. What sense does that make? So that just shows you how they really feel about us, how they really treat it, where they put us, and how we are viewed. That we're not valued, and if we're not valued, guess what? It's time to not value them. Cut them off too. Stop your payment. I know you're enjoying it. Trust me. I like I said, I was a member of Amazon for how long? Damn near, probably over a decade, paying freaking $150 every month. You can't tell me about loyalty. I am some form of brand loyalist. I'm not gonna lie, I suffer from that. I think a lot of old school people we suffer from being brand loyalists, and sometimes we can't look past it because they provide such great services and they help us get what we need and what we want. But when it comes to people, businesses, and organizations, major corporations mistreating the everyday people, I'm not for that, and I'm not going to support that. So I already stopped my membership with them. I cut it off not because of that before, but because it was getting too expensive. I'm like, God damn, $150 for a whole year? Like, what the hell, y'all? I mean, it's cool, but how often am I sitting around watching movies? How often am I sitting around? I'm not doing all that every day. If I order, I like the convenience. I do like that. But are you paying those drivers what you're supposed to pay them? I know you're not because I work for y'all. I used to work for y'all. I was out there. You think $19 is good money. You think $20 is good money. Like that's not that. Yeah, it's something for the everyday people who may live in areas where cost of living is low, but still, it's still scratching the surface because it's not really doing as much. It's giving them just what they need to live just above their threshold. You got some people who know how to save. You got some people who don't live over their means, but still, that doesn't mean you got to exploit them. That doesn't mean you got to undervalue and underappreciate them. That doesn't mean you can't give them an opportunity and chance to rise up and get their generational wealth and change their family's trajectory. But if you keep a person paying them such a low wage and you such a huge major organization, what are you doing in this world? Like, no, what are you really doing in this world? If you are an organization major billions of dollars, like I shared with you guys earlier. Amazon right now, Jeff Bezos has over 211 billion. I may be off, it may be more, maybe less. Don't quote me. But I know he has over 200 billion. Amazon workers, drivers. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening. What's going on, buddy? What's going on, Dada? Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here, buddy. All right, I gotta take a second. I gotta go grab my little guy. Come here. This is the life of a everyday stay-at-home dad. Come here. What you need? What you need, buddy? I'm gonna help you. Come here. I'm gonna help you. Help you. Okay, I got you. I like how you talk. You talking to me. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me help you. You want me to help you? Yes. You want me to help you? Did I help you? Is that working? Yeah, I helped you. Good. Awesome. I'm glad I was able to help you. All right. Yeah. So getting back, it's a serious. Thank you for staying with me. I know it's a lot of distraction, but this is the life of a stay-at-home dad. It's not easy. But yeah, I really want to just make that sound and talk about this reality because I almost got killed working for Amazon, and I'm done supporting them because they got enough money. They got enough. What more do they need? They got enough money, man. They got enough money. The CEO got, I don't know if the CEO, CFO, whatever he is, the owner, Jeff Bezos, 200 something billion. People are struggling. People are suffering. Drivers have to sit in their car and pee in their car. And the people who have to go clean up those gas stations got to be dealing with all those peas. That's the only place you can really throw it, or you find somewhere in the wood and throw it in the wood. But that's the reality of it's a hustle. Don't get me wrong. For those who doing it, who making their money, get your money, but don't make that your primary and your main source because the abuse. It's not okay. You may think I'm gonna get this money, but the abuse can do some psychological damage to you as well. It can do some psychological damage to you as well. Because when somebody take advantage of you, abuse you, misuse you, undervalue on you, and mistreat you, that's that is trauma in itself. And if you're enduring it just because you're making money, I get it. That money that comes every week is good money. You can take care of bills, you can do things, but it's not worth their abuse. It's not right worth the stifling. I actually used to work for Amazon for Lyft as well. I worked for Lyft, and I was really good at that job until it went tanked in California. It went tanked and it stopped making money. But they used to pay you instantaneously. Every time you do a drive, you make that money. They give you that money right on your app, or right onto your account. So in my opinion, it was way better than Amazon if you ask me, because I had to got the opportunity to make my own when I want to go out there. It's just that, like I said, it plummeted in California. But and even that, when I did that, you stay in your car for a long time and you driving. You're not driving packages, you're driving human beings. You know, some people like Amazon Flex too, they do the thing, but it's still the wear and tear on your car. And even if you're not using your car, guess what you gotta do? You gotta go rent a car. And live in this city like Cali, live in a state like Cali, live in a city like LA, the amount of money you spend per day to to rent a vehicle to drive for Amazon or drive for Lyft or any, it's no joke. Literally weekly, some of these rates are like over $200-300. I remember they had me because I had to rent a electric car because somebody hit my car, and I'm gonna do a video on that. The idiot that hit my car is now serving me to go to court. I'm handling it right now. I already gave it to my insurance company lawyers. They handling the case. But this idiot hits me, and now he wants me to pay after 2 years after his insurance company found him guilty for a good 80 what 90 89 80% 90% of the situation that he wants to sue me. Makes no sense. But anyway, I'll make a video about that. How that industry is crazy as well. There's also a lot of abuse. They don't really pay the everyday drivers out there who are providing serious needs to the public, serious need to those who need the service, but they're not getting their just dues, and they're not even getting respect, even if they're some of the best out there. I consider myself one of the best when I was on my road. My driving score, all that was phenomenal. I used to take copies of it, make screenshots to show myself and remind myself, man, you did your thing. 5 star tips. I mean, I was doing so well at that job. My tips was more than I ever made just at a regular job. That's how good I was doing. But it plummeted. So once it plummeted, it went kapoosh. I'm here with my babies because I'd rather be at home, being able to interact with them and just do my YouTube and do my streaming and help people try to solve their issues and problems in life. Because I am a consultant, I'm a life coach, and I'm working on all my certification. So I get all that so I can really help folks. Because I've been through some things in my life. I've been through more than the average Joe things in my life, and the way I survived and how I overcome them and how I've come this far with still being sane. I think I'm sane. I hope I'm sane enough to still be living and taking care of my offsprings, and I've done something right. So yeah, but more videos are gonna come about my experience driving with Lyft. I'm gonna do that another time. So if you find this information valuable, if you found this information helpful, if you found this information um, something you can share with somebody, please subscribe to the POM-J Everyday channel on YouTube. I'm streaming right now. I'm streaming right now from a platform that's amazing. It's called Restream. It's awesome. I love it. I'm so far. I'm just using the basic version, the free version. Find things out there if you are one of those out there trying to stay at home, moms or dads that are trying to do something to keep you. I gotta stay busy. I'm one of those human beings. I can't sit around watching TV all day. I can spend time with my family. I can do things, but I can't just sit down and do nothing. I got to do something productive. So doing stuff like this, and plus I'm a creative. I love to create things. I love to, um, solve problems, find solutions. So doing this is something that I enjoy. But if that is what you're trying to do, you want to do videos, get on Restream. I mean, like the basic package is free. You can broadcast to several different channels. I'm broadcasting to my YouTube channel, POM-J Every Day, right now as I'm on this other platform, and I'm also broadcasting through Facebook, if I'm not mistaken, for all my Facebook family and friends out there who are watching. So it's coming to different platforms. It's free, so it makes my job as a creator, content creator, a lot easier to try to, oh, got to take this video, upload this video, addicted. No, you hit it, one button, record live, it's hitting all your platforms. And if you have anything valuable to say to help the people, guess what? They're going to hear it. All right. So I'm going to close out and just tell everyone again, thank you so much for taking your time out of your busy schedule to listen with me. For all those who didn't get a chance to be on here live, hopefully you can catch this video after it drops and catch it at your convenience. But I just want to say thank you all to my everyday warriors. As I said, we reached the 500 subscribers. Working on our watch time now because we got to get that watch time up so I can get monetized and start making some more quality content. All right. Thank you very much. Every day. Yeah. uh, so Constance, come over here 1 second. So my son, he knows my outro, my intro. So we're gonna do it together. Okay. You ready? Yeah. Palm J every day. Yeah. All right. So until next time, till such time, people. Thank you so much. And if you want to see another video, to and next video is going come in the picture if you're gonna stop. The next video is going to be about Tail. Oh, really? And he don't talk about his feelings, but he don't talk about when he was a friend with Sonic. Okay, all right. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. High five. All right. So there you have it. Stay at home dad who literally almost got killed working at Amazon, but I'm still here thanks to my resilience and my hard work and all my effort of staying alive for these boys. So until another time, guys, everybody, friends, family, thank you. And look, I've been on here for almost an hour. That's unbelievable. And shout out to if you are on here because I see I have well, at least one person who's been consistently on here for a while. You probably my family member. I don't know, but whatever the case is, I appreciate you. I love you. Put your whoever you are. I can't see you. I don't know what it is, but I see a one view, and I can take that. All I need is one person. Even if I don't have one person, I'm still going to give my information. Hopefully, it might help somebody out there. If you can't, just leave your name, leave the state or city or wherever you tapping in from, and I want to send a shout out to you. But I really appreciate you staying through because it's going to help my watch hours too, especially for YouTube, which will help my channel. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Have a blessed, wonderful rest of your day. And see me soon in my next video. Yeah.